is no way we can avoid talking about this. Money, relationships, finances, and the conversations that have been ongoing, both international and locally, is how much should one put in a relationship in terms of money. The conversation of whether or not now couples must have 50-50, since Mariam is going out to work and the husband is also going back to work, why is it the husband has to go 100? So let's look at the issue of percentage. If I'm working and the man is working too, do I need to contribute anything?
It comes from your background. Honestly speaking, personally, I am the kind of person I don't have that time to focus on. For example, if I find the water bill, I don't have that time to start asking around for the 50,000, because I have this mentality that we are using the things. All of us are using the things. So if I can cover something and I'm working, I believe I can cover something. Most times it may not be 50-50, but for me, I believe that if you're working as a woman, there are things that really, you should not be asking for. Like water, yaka is finished. Or the man hasn't come. Yeah, and the man, yaka wedewo. You know, it may not be 50-50, but I believe that if you're
There's
working...
a certain percentage that has to come out of
you
it.
see, speaking from a place of a man who's actually traditional,
Right.
I believe if I fail at something, it's okay to help me.
Yeah.
But also, let's not breed men who are going to always sleep wanting to work for them and give them, because there are many of those where the woman is taking care of every little thing there in the house. But if I am in my normal self, I work, I have money, she has money, when she chips in whatever is necessary, because most men actually cannot ask for help from their women.
No.
The guy can actually be stressed here and there, kweolaring here, and then the woman has money and keeping quiet.
Right.
So I think it's just coming from a place where I think men can also normalize saying, chiganye. I don't see now.
Yes.
Baby, today I don't have some money. Because some women have made it look like if a man asks for help, you're useless.
Because, when people are starting these long-term partnerships, they have so many conversations, but they never have real conversations on the finances. And yet finances play a really big part in a relationship. So as you get into a marriage or long-time partnership, be very, have a candid conversation on how your home is going to be run. Because a home is also a business where you're spending a hell lot of money.
Yeah.
Are you getting anything out? Maybe not, but that investment, you need it, especially if you have the kids there. You have to keep putting in this economy. 2023, expecting a man to come out of his pocket 100% is unrealistic. Agenda kwewola, agweyo, he's going to have a hell lot of stress, or he's going to find a sugar mommy. So it's up to you, and then everything else will be affected. But when you see that your man has struggles, you don't even have to wait for him to speak. You have to get out of these spaces of saying, but our fathers were not in this era. It's different. And the beauty about it, we have asked for equality. As women, we are making boss moves. And I can tell you right now, 2023 women are earning.
A lot.
So therefore, if you're earning a hell lot of money, or you're earning whatever money you're earning, what is so hard with coming out of your pocket and spending a little bit of money on your children and your man, because that is your man? Problem is, when they help the men take it for granted.
Now, see, Rachel, we have this trend of the transgenerational relationships.
Right.
Where a 23-year-old is dating a 70-something-year-old who has made money, everything is okay. And now she feels like she's not okay in that relationship. She needs to find a younger man who balances her. Now, she was used to the idea that the 70-year-old man gave her everything literally from scratch.
Right.
And some of these guys actually tell you, don't work, stay here. But then the idea that you're dating a 25-year-old or 30-year-old of your age, he's trying to find ends meet, like his life is starting. There's this one girl actually came to my office, and their struggle was about finances. And I told, how old are you? Like, I'm this. And then the guy, do you have brothers? She said, yes. Tell me about your brother's age, who is the guy's age. What is he doing? He has no job and stuff like that. He's not working. I'm like, if your brother who is in the same age bracket with your husband is struggling to make ends meet, why are you putting pressure on this guy? The lady literally said, Brian, my money is my money. Why is he asking? The guy, the first thing he asks me is, well, how much money do you make I mean, we got married and started like it was a point. How much money do you make?
Because you wanted to have a conversation.
Do you make?
And did she say, or did he say?
Until now, they were struggling with it when they came to me.
But you see, they went into a relationship without having that conversation and concluding.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. And people need to stop staying quiet when things are good and only speaking out when things are bad.
Yeah.
You have a man who has money. Money is weird.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they say money is a visitor.
Yes.
I know multi-millionaires or billionaires who lost money and went to zero.
Yes,
And you know what becomes really hard? Because in that era of making a lot of money and having a lot of money, they didn't try to grow their women.
Yeah.
They didn't try to invest in their women. So now a woman who is your wife, by the way, thank you very much, who would have lifted you up as you go through whatever you're going through, she doesn't know where to start because you did not train her.
Exactly.
So learn how to make those boss moves when you still have money. Invest, have something that you put on the side for your woman or for the family, so that if things fail here and the business is not businessing, at least you have something where your wife can go and get and get something. And this should be taught in schools, because we have seen. I will be very, very honest with you. My dad, he was all good. We never struggled with anything. And I'm not saying this, it's not coming from a place of ego, but he was good. But there was a point in time when he wasn't.
Yes.
When he wasn't. And I could see the transition between my mom was a stay-home mom who he had created a few things here for, but still managing them from home, to now my dad has to kind of like, make things in differently. And I could see my mom also trying like to up her game in a way. But I just felt like now that I'm grown, I was like, oh, I wish dad, they could have done more. Maybe it would have been less of a struggle. It's not like it was, he was a traditional man who wanted to handle his business. But as a child, you also know when things are kind of changing. So again, it's to advise, if you have something, it doesn't really have to be multi-million. I use multi-million because that's like the standard, but you could be just thousands. Just find a side hustle for your woman, especially if she's not working. There's this stay home, you're a millionaire, you don't want your wife to work. Yes, but have you put something on the side for her? If it's real estate, go into that. If it's because now you have the money to pump into her, but there's going to be a time when things just go south.
I'll give you a live example,
women also need to stop this thing of, if I pay that bill, it's a loan. What do you mean it's a loan? Like he has to pay me back. What do you mean? That's what I was saying, that you're using the same power in the house, but you're putting the yaka and you still want to be paid back. What are you talking about? No, what I'm saying is, again, it goes down to sometimes they don't know that the man is struggling.
Right.
Exactly.
So for her, she thinks, oh, let me lend him. What are you lending when you're in the dark?
I know. There's a story I'm going to tell. It's a personal story.
Right.
I actually, till today, I don't know how much my wife earns. I don't know her salary scale.
And you don't need to know, do you?
I don't
because you didn't have that conversation.
Exactly.
You
But
didn't want
this
to.
is what I would say. There's one time I had trouble, and I didn't tell her, and until I was the chick was still taking me, and of course I'd taken a loan somewhere, and then later she tells me, when did you get that money? You didn't tell me. And me, I keep on asking you, is everything okay? And you're saying it's okay. But kumbe, I was quiet. It's only this year when I started telling her, baby, chiganye.
So sometimes we have money. Money.
But also it's very important to understand that when you ask a younger girl, these days you ask girls, what do you bring to the table? And they go like, I'm the table. They're also stools. Some are stools.
Don't talk about the table.
Don't talk about the table. I am the table. So listen, for me, I honestly, money is not a big deal. That's how I grew up.
That's what
money
I
is not a big
told
deal
you.
to me.
Yeah.
I can give you money now and you don't pay me back.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's not a big deal.
Yes.
So it's just understanding your person. Money is not a big deal because I know how to make it and I know it can disappear anytime.
Exactly.
1 minute, like take.
Is it
There's
true?
going to be a
Is
minute.
Is it true, Achala Balangida? Like, if they give you money, they'll remind you.
The women, because if you come from spaces where you think you're supposed to be provided for 100%, agenda kulangira, especially now where bobango inamu, you don't treat her good. The only time you come to her is when you want money, and you're not paying her money back. Stop using la language in Buwewola. Let's be clear. mpayo nkugambe
sina.
Do you want me to kweola? Mariam did have a conversation earlier on. You did say mulekerao kugamba nti namuoze. It is because when you had financial conversations, you said every bill is on you. You didn't even want 50-50.
Yeah.
So maybe every bill is on you. Why am I paying electricity?
When you are cornering us, you're cornering, it seems you promise heaven on earth. You need to stop that language because every day is not Christmas. Someday.
I know.
So again, when you're cornering, use
just limit your words.
Limit your words. Don't overtalk.
But then also, when seasons change,
prepare for the rain.
When seasons change, tell me things have changed. So that transition sometime is one. And I know it's not very easy for a man to open up.
You've also heard of men who have lost even jobs and just kept quiet.
Yes.
But they carry every morning
and
like it's usual. And they can't tell their women.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
That's very sad.
That's why men actually die early. I've heard stories like that. The guy cannot say that this one guy it can't move again. So the guy keeps renting a car. Never told the wife that this car is rented.
But at the end of it all, if you have money, Bambi, give your woman. That is very important.